Have you ever opened your eyes in the morning and felt the weight of the world pressing on your chest before the day even begins? Maybe it's the thought of responsibilities, unfinished dreams, or the quiet ache of uncertainty. Most of us wake up and immediately start thinking, not living, just thinking. The mind begins its endless list: what to do, what to fix, what to worry about. And before we even take our first conscious breath, we're already lost somewhere between yesterday and tomorrow. But what if mornings were not meant to be rushed? What if each sunrise was an invitation to return home to yourself before the world touches you? The Buddha once said, "Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without." And that is where your morning truly begins. Not with the noise around you, but with the silence inside you. Take this moment to breathe deeply. Feel the air entering your body, soft and generous. It carries no judgment, no expectations. It simply gives life, clarity, presence. As you breathe, remember this simple truth: you are not your thoughts. Your thoughts are like clouds moving across the sky of your mind. They appear and disappear, constantly changing shape. But the sky, your awareness, remains vast and untouched. When you forget this, you get lost in the storm. When you remember it, peace returns effortlessly. You don't have to fight your thoughts. You only have to watch them. When a thought of fear arises, let it pass. When anger appears, breathe through it. You are not the storm. You are the calm that watches it unfold. Each morning gives you a chance to start again, not by changing your circumstances, but by remembering who you are. You are not defined by what happened yesterday, nor limited by what might happen tomorrow. You are consciousness, pure and aware, capable of witnessing everything without becoming trapped in it. So before the world asks anything of you today, place a hand over your heart and whisper softly, "I am not my thoughts. I am the awareness behind them." And in that gentle remembrance, you will find space, the kind of space that allows peace to enter like sunlight, breaking through clouds. Now, breathe again. Inhale slowly. Feel the breath travel through your body. Exhale. Let go of everything that doesn't belong to this moment. This breath, this awareness, is your first step toward freedom. The modern world will try to convince you that peace lies somewhere outside yourself, in success, approval, or control. But the truth is, everything you need already exists within you. You don't need more to be complete. You only need to remember what's already there. There's a quiet wisdom inside you that knows how to heal, how to guide, how to be. It doesn't shout. It whispers. And most of the time, the noise of life is so loud that you can no longer hear it. So take this morning as a sacred pause, a chance to reconnect with that inner stillness. Maybe you've spent years searching for peace in other people, other places, other outcomes. But have you ever truly sat with yourself, in silence, without expectation, and listened? Close your eyes. Breathe slowly. Feel your heartbeat. Steady, ancient, patient. It has been with you since the beginning, carrying you through every moment without asking for anything in return. That rhythm is your teacher. It says, "You are already whole." The mind will always whisper, "You need more." But your soul will always answer, "I am enough." When you stop chasing what you think is missing, you begin to feel the abundance that has been waiting for you all along. You realize that peace doesn't arrive when everything is perfect. It arrives when you stop running from imperfection. So today, don't rush to fix your life. Don't fight your emotions or deny your struggles. Just meet them with awareness, the kind that doesn't judge or resist, because awareness itself is healing. It transforms not by force, but by presence. You don't need to become something new to find peace. You only need to remember what has always been true, that the same stillness behind every sunrise is also within you. Every answer you seek, calm, confidence, clarity, love, lives quietly inside your being, waiting for you to stop and listen. This is your invitation to do so. Before you move into the day, take a moment of stillness and feel what is already whole within you. Because the truth is, you have never been missing anything. You have only been distracted from seeing what was always there. So as the light fills the room, whisper to yourself once more, "Everything I need already exists within me." Let the words sink deep, like water nourishing the roots of your soul. Because once you believe that, nothing outside you can make you feel small again. The more you turn inward, the more you begin to realize how much noise you've been carrying. The opinions, the expectations, the silent comparisons, they swirl in your head like endless echoes. But underneath all that noise, there's something quieter, something sacred, a peace that never leaves you. You might think, if only people treated me better, if only life were easier, I could finally rest. But peace doesn't depend on what others do. It doesn't live in how the world behaves. It lives in how you respond. And this brings us to one of the deepest realizations. Nothing outside you has the power to disturb your peace unless you allow it. Think about how many moments have been stolen from you. Not by what happened, but by how your mind replayed it. Someone said something unkind, and you carried it for hours. Someone didn't understand you, and it lived rent-free in your thoughts. It's not the event that hurts most. It's the story we tell ourselves afterward. But once you recognize that your peace is an inside job, you begin to reclaim your freedom. No one can make you angry without your consent. No one can ruin your day unless you hand them that power. Your emotions are sacred messengers. They rise and fall like waves to remind you what still needs your care. But you are not those waves. You are the ocean, deep, still, endless. When you remember this, you stop reacting to every ripple on the surface. There will always be noise. There will always be storms. But there is also the silence beneath them, the stillness that never moves. That stillness is you. Peace isn't the absence of conflict. It's the presence of awareness. When something disturbs you, pause. Don't rush to fix it. Just breathe and watch the mind trying to control it. The moment you witness your reaction without judgment, the energy begins to soften. Try saying this quietly to yourself when the world feels heavy. This cannot touch the peace within me. It's not denial. It's remembering. You're not pretending the chaos doesn't exist. You're remembering that you are bigger than it. Your peace is not fragile. It's your nature. And as you protect that peace, something miraculous happens. The things that once consumed you begin to lose their grip. The opinions, the drama, the smallness of life, all of it begins to fade. Because when your inner world is calm, the outer world loses its power to control you. Every great teacher has said the same thing in different words. The true kingdom, the real refuge, is within. It's not in success or failure, not in recognition or fame. It's in the quiet strength of your own heart. So let this be your practice today, not to avoid the world, but to walk through it without losing yourself. When someone criticizes you, listen with compassion, but don't absorb it. When plans fall apart, remember, nothing is truly falling apart. Life is simply rearranging itself for your growth. When fear arises, treat it like a guest. Let it enter, let it sit, and when it's ready, let it leave. This is what freedom feels like, not needing everything to go right in order to feel right within yourself. You might ask, how do I stay peaceful when life keeps changing? And the answer is beautifully simple. By choosing presence over pressure. So many of us live like we're racing against time, always chasing the next thing, the next success, the next version of ourselves, the next place where happiness might finally make sense. But peace doesn't exist in the next thing. It exists in the now. When you're here, truly here, life becomes gentle again. The smallest things, the warmth of your coffee, the sound of birds outside your window, the feeling of breath in your chest, become gateways to gratitude. And gratitude is the soil where peace grows. Presence isn't about doing less, it's about doing with awareness. It's not about ignoring responsibilities, it's about bringing your full self into whatever you're doing. Washing the dishes, walking to work, talking with a friend. When you're present, even ordinary moments become sacred. You don't have to escape life to find peace. You only have to return to it, to this moment as it is. Pressure lives in the mind. Presence lives in the heart. The world will keep asking for more productivity, more success, more control. But your soul is asking for something simpler, to be here, not half living in the past, not half dreaming of the future, but fully awake to this breath, this heartbeat, this day. You might think peace is far away, but it's closer than your next breath. You don't find it. You remember it. You remember who you were before fear took root. You remember what silence feels like beneath the noise. And you remember that the same stillness that lives in the Buddha also lives in you. So today, let go of the need to rush. Let go of the pressure to be someone else. You are already enough. Not because the world says so, but because existence itself whispered you into being. There comes a moment, quiet and unexpected, when you realize that all your searching, all your striving, was leading you back to this, the simplicity of now. You've spent so much of your life trying to become someone, wiser, stronger, more successful, more loved. But peace was never in the becoming. It was always in the being. You are not a project to be perfected. You are a presence to be experienced. And the more you return to that truth, the more life itself begins to breathe easier around you. You stop arguing with reality. You stop demanding that life move at your pace. You stop trying to control what was never yours to control. And suddenly, something inside you softens. You begin to flow again. This is the essence of the final awakening. Letting go, so that life can flow. Letting go doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean apathy or indifference. It means trusting that everything unfolds in its own divine rhythm, that you don't have to hold the universe together. You were never meant to. Think about the trees. They don't cling to their leaves when autumn comes. They let go, trusting that new growth will return in spring. The river doesn't resist the rocks in its path. It finds a way around them, still flowing toward the sea. That's what letting go looks like. Strength in surrender. When you cling, you suffer. When you release, you heal. The more you resist what is, the heavier life becomes. The more you allow it to move through you, the lighter you feel. So breathe deeply. Feel the rise and fall of your chest. With every exhale, release something small. A worry, a regret, a story that no longer serves you. Let it dissolve into the air as naturally as smoke fades into sky. You don't need to control every outcome to trust your path. The truth is, life knows how to live itself, and when you stop interfering, it unfolds in beauty you could never have planned. Forgive yourself for the years you spent trying to be perfect. Forgive yourself for the times you forgot your worth. Every moment of confusion was also a moment of becoming. Every heartbreak was a teacher in disguise. Nothing was wasted. All of it, the joy, the pain, the silence, the chaos, has shaped you into the soul you are now. Awake, aware, and capable of love deeper than before. So when the mind whispers, "What if I fail again?" answer gently, "Then I will learn again." When fear says, "You can't let go, you'll lose everything," say softly, "Peace is worth more than anything I could lose." Because the truth is, what's meant for you will never pass you by. And what's not meant for you will never stay, no matter how tightly you hold on. Letting go is not about losing, it's about creating space for new peace, new purpose, new beginnings. As you sit here now, breathing with awareness, you may feel a quiet shift, a softening in your chest, a loosening of the mind. That's what freedom feels like. It's not loud or dramatic. It's subtle, like dawn light spilling gently across a mountain. You realize you don't have to chase peace anymore. You only have to stop running from yourself. And in that stillness, you find something the world can never take away. A love that doesn't depend on conditions. A gratitude that exists without reason. A serenity that belongs to you, and only you. So take a moment now. Close your eyes. Place your hands over your heart and whisper slowly, "I let go of what I cannot control. I trust life to unfold in perfect time. I am at peace." Feel those words echo in your body, not as affirmations, but as remembering. Because peace isn't something you create. It's what remains when you stop clinging to everything else. The sun rises and falls without asking permission. The ocean breathes with the moon, perfectly balanced in its rhythm. You too are part of that rhythm, not separate, not forgotten, just learning to move again with grace. Let each day begin with this awareness. Let your mornings become moments of communion with your soul. Before the world demands anything from you, remind yourself of these truths. I am not my thoughts. Everything I need already exists within me. Nothing outside me can disturb my peace. Today, I choose presence over pressure. I am letting go so life can flow. 5 simple truths. 5 ways to return home to yourself. Each morning, say them softly, like prayers whispered to the dawn. And over time, they will no longer be words you speak. They will become the way you live. When you walk in this awareness, you carry a different kind of energy. You no longer need to prove yourself, defend yourself, or explain yourself. Your peace speaks louder than your voice. Your calm becomes your presence, and your presence becomes your message. This is the beauty of awakening. Not that you rise above the world, but that you walk through it lightly, heart open, mind still, soul at ease. So as the morning unfolds, take one last deep breath. Feel gratitude for being here, alive, aware, becoming. And remember, every sunrise is a new chance to begin again, to see clearly, love deeply, and live peacefully. Because the most sacred truth is this: peace was never something to find. It was what you already were.